Indian third engineer Herambh Karmarkar remains missing after the attack on MV GFS Galaxy in the Strait of Hormuz. While 10 Indian crew members have been rescued, FSUI says that the family has received no update for over 32 hours. The union has urged the Government of India, Indian Navy, IMO and regional authorities to intensify their search and rescue operations and also keep the family informed. They've also said that they have to maintain and ensure the safety of civilian seafarers in the Strait of Hormuz. So, Atul, unfortunately, we have no good news coming in from the Strait of Hormuz as the Indian third engineer continues to remain missing. The family has stated that it's been 32 hours since his last contact with them.
Well, exactly. It's been over 32 hours since the postal went missing. The whole GFS Galaxy vessel, which was, off the coast, was sailing off the coast of Oman, that came under attack from Iran, apparently because Iran had already declared the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, and any sort of, vessel passing through without the permission of Iran was supposed to be treated as enemy, property, and accordingly that was attacked by Iranian, military. And that what we're learning is that, of course, the GFS Galaxy was a foreign vessel, but all the seafarers, all the mariners were Indian, all the 12. All the 11, in fact, and however, all of them were rescued after the incident, but at least one of them continues to be missing, and the family, is growing anxious post that is because there hasn't been any update regarding the rescue operation of that person, and the seafarers, the grouping, the organization has in fact requested the government to sort of expedite the rescue mission so as to also get some good news for the family, which has been grieving and has been growingly getting anxious about the fate of their family member. So clearly, while the escalation might be between the US and Iran and the whole Strait of Hormuz, but India as well, and some of the Indian mariners are facing the brunt of the whole escalation time and again.
Absolutely, Atul. In fact, on our screens right now, we are particularly running that screenshot of the last message that the family actually received. And over there, this Indian third engineer, Herambh Karmarkar, can actually be seen stating that I've crossed the strait, I am safe. And the family also says, great, it's okay. Thank God that he's safe after crossing the Strait of Hormuz. But unfortunately, that's the last contact that they have of Herambh Karmarkar. This was in fact the last message of him. And Atul, unfortunately, the family has not received any other message from him.
Well, what those texts certainly reflect is that both the family members as well as the concerned seafarer were quite aware of the situation and the negative and the negative the movement of the whole situation and the escalation that was growing between the two nations, and they were certainly aware of it, and that is why you see this minute-to-minute update and conversation. Family checking on the member if they have safely crossed or not, and what is most tragic is that the concerned member, the missing member, certainly updating the family about having passed through the Strait of Hormuz, which was considered to be probably the most dangerous of the entire journey. But certainly post that, off the coast of Oman is where
right.
the vessel came under attack.
All right. Thank you so much, Atul, for all those inputs. We also have Commodore D.S. Sodhi, who's a defense expert, joining us on the broadcast. Sir, thank you so much for taking out your time. A very good afternoon to you. Unfortunately, we're discussing this story where this Indian third engineer continues to remain missing, sir. Civilian Indian seafarers caught in this crossfire, unfortunately, sir.
Shivani, see, we have to accept one thing, that whenever there is a conflict like this, where there are uncertainties all around, the possibility of collateral damage is always there. So this third engineer, what we are talking about, it's unfortunate that as of now, there is no trace of him, though efforts are being taken by the Navy and other agencies to see to it if they are able to locate him. But the way the reports are being talked about, it's very unclear as to what has actually happened. Has he jumped off the ship, or is it that within the ship inside he is somewhere? So as of now, one cannot make a very straight statement with regard to this. But yes, it's very unfortunate that in case something like this has happened. So the possibility is that in case he has jumped overboard from the ship, then maybe, there's a possibility that either he would have drowned or maybe that he is still floating somewhere. In that case, the efforts with the Navy and other agencies, they may be able to pick him up.
Right, and so I also want to understand from you what more could the IMO or basically the Directorate General of Shipping can do in such kind of conditions, because earlier when we had such an incident where we lost 3 Indian seafarers, they had issued guidelines, safety guidelines that do not go to such areas where there is conflict, where there is tension. But what more could the government do in order to save lives, sir?
No, the guidelines are always issued from time to time depending upon the various situations that arise. As of now, again, the seafarers they can only be given advice as to how to remain safe. But under the circumstances, the way things are happening in that area, things are unpredictable as to what can happen. So all I can say is that the various organizations, they will try to ensure that whatever safety precautions are required to be taken, they would be conveyed to the seafarers.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable perspective on this issue. Viewers, with that, let's in fact also take a look at who Herambh Karmarkar really is. Remember that his last message to his wife was that he had crossed the Strait of Hormuz safely. But let's look at who this missing Indian seafarer really is. He's a Pune-based Merchant Navy officer, Herambh Karmarkar. We have the photograph. A young man over here. He remains missing after the Cyprus-flagged container vessel that he was on, MV GFS Galaxy, was struck over there in the Strait of Hormuz. He was serving as the ship's 3rd engineer, and he is believed to have been near the engine room when the impact triggered the fire. And we are obviously getting to know that the government was aware that they were trying to conduct the rescue operations. Some people have also been rescued, and he continues to remain missing, unfortunately. All right, viewers, so that was in fact who this missing Indian seafarer was. Let's shift our focus now and get in some more breaking news coming our way. Now, Indian Railway